All right, y'all. I had to iron my shirt for this one. Even while I was fuming. We gotta talk about it. We gotta talk about Jada.
I got into a different kind of entanglement.
Trinket Smith.
One thing I want to get clear about and clean up, one of the things that was kind of swirling about you giving permission, which is the only person that can give permission in that particular circumstance is myself.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
This woman is on a world tour of embarrassing. She saw that video of Will dancing with that. I think he was in Uganda or wherever. She was dancing with a beautiful African woman. And she's like, that was when she was like, oh, I don't know if I will let Will move back.
So are y'all living together?
It's just this beautiful connection. We will.
Look at that.
Not right now. I really do enjoy my space.
Yeah.
So having this time that I've had to myself has been fantastic. Just to get to know me.
And then she's just on a whole. Jada, somebody please tell her that it's all right not to talk, you know? Nobody really cares except for the, you know, oh my God, I never want that. You know, like, oh my God. Even women are like, Jesus Christ. Here's a game. Take a shot for every time Jada Pinkett Smith has something nice to say about Will Smith. I'm telling you, you'll be a freaking monk. I don't know if they drink, but you will be very sober. Oh my Lord. This woman is on a tear against her husband. So, Jada admitted, Jada says she admitted to cheating on Will to protect his ego. Oh, how benevolent. Saying she could have kept it private, but she came clean. I could have hid it from the public and the billions of people in the world who know your name because you are much more famous than I am. But I decided to share it and embarrass you to protect your ego. I think what she's trying to say is that his ego is getting too big. So she has a funny sense of protection.
So if I gotta look like the adulterous wife.
All the women in the background. If I gotta look like.
Make sure you're good. I'ma do it. Yo.
Wow. Yo, the women that are agreeing with Jada Pinkett Smith for cheating, what the fuck? Jada Pinkett Smith said, I cheated and exposed it publicly to protect Will. There's also another interview of her where she says that she never told Will to slap Chris and that they weren't calling each other husband and wife for a long time. And fellas, all I gotta say is, may this love never find us, fellas. May this love never find us.
Okay, this is a 20-minute video. We're obviously not going to watch the whole thing, but like this is a more comprehensive breakdown of what she was saying. I haven't seen this video yet, but I've just seen the clips of her, and I'm like, oh my God. This started from the beginning. I love this though. I love seeing this because it's like all these people, they just, you walk around these empty holes in your house because it's so massive, but there's nobody to fill it except for maids. Everyone just, you know, it's all squeaky clean and stuff like that. Everyone's fucking everyone else and your kids are fucked up, but hey, the money is good though. So then it leaves the woman, the bald-headed demon.
You bald-headed demon.
And she obviously hates this nigga. So that's what comes out. Is this nigga is so bad. How do I bring him down? I want this nigga to fail. Just look at it. You know a woman who loves her husband? If her husband is running late to something, even if she was annoyed, she's like, and then I told him he would be late, but then he didn't listen to me because, you know, sometimes he doesn't listen. Like, she's not going to show you her resentment of her husband. She's going to joke about how mildly annoyed she is. She's like, listen close. Will was late. How the fuck is he late? Tell me. That nigga was late by 20 minutes. I wish I could kill that nigga. That's the vibe I'm getting.
So if I gotta look like the adulterous wife to make sure you're good, I'ma do it. And in that moment, because I felt so bad that he was in this situation.
Jada Pinkett, the Sith Lord Demon Smith, is that nasty little wart that refuses to go away. No matter how much that you can combat an infection like this or a virus like this, they seemingly always come back swinging. And just when you thought that we'd heard, she's out here advertising her book again. Of course, no one wants to hear anything about her or her life, so they're asking her questions about Will Smith. No matter
you were married to Will Smith. Tell me about that. And she's like, fucking nigga again. God damn it. She would probably have a full head of hair if she wasn't so filled with hatred about Will Smith.
Jada Pinkett Smith talks Will Smith and August Alsina and what really happened.
You know, everything came out and I was like, oh, I got to take myself to the table. Now, mind you, Will and I were not together. We hadn't been together. 2016. And
no, Jada, you didn't have to take yourself to the damn table. There was no reason for you to come out and speak about the August Alsina situation. Why? There's been decades of allegations of y'all being in open marriages, this, that, and the third. People coming out, speaking about it. Y'all ignored all of that.
Something snapped in her where she was like, you know what, fuck this nigga and fuck everything he's ever loved and fuck everything he believes in and fuck his fans. There was that video of, she was like recording herself and I think they went to like a marriage counselor or whatever and Will was like, please stop recording me. Please, Jada, please don't record. She's like, look at this, acting stupid.
All right, what do you think about this one?
You know, Esther Perel is coming to the table. She's going to be at the red table. Would you say she has been instrumental in you and I redefining our relationship?
I would say don't just start filming me without asking me.
Oh my goodness.
If you could film me.
Esther, come help us again, please. I'm still dealing with foolishness.
Don't. Because she don't just.
Would you say that she helped us heal the hurts that we caused between one another?
My social media presence is my bread and butter, okay? So you can't just use me for social media and not, don't just start rolling. I'm standing in my house. Don't just start rolling.
Please watch Esther at the red table because she's helped us a lot. Can't you tell?
I don't like when you put my business out on the internet because people like, she's like, look at her. Just post that. Look at how she's sitting, man. Look at her.
The August Alsina stuff happened in about 2020. 2 years later is when Will Smith smacked the dog shit out of Chris Rock on that Oscar stage. Let's continue.
I decided I'm going to take myself to the table. Will says...
You decided. Okay.
I want to come to the table with you. And I was...
Everyone in the background's like, preach. God damn. Tell Shaquila and Tequila and Shaniqua and Shakifa that Jada's on the microphone.
I was like, wow. He's like, I don't want you to be at the table by yourself. I want to support you.
And then what did you do to support him?
Imagine being surprised, and this man has talked about how he has done nothing within his life but to try to make you feel as comfortable and as safe and as taken care of as possible.
It is not his responsibility to make you happy. He can't. It's impossible. But it took me forever. Hard-headed, stubborn, because that romantic idea.
It's unfortunate because she is who she is, We're just criticizing her for her personality and her core constitution, really. Because she could have been cool. Like, I remember back in the day, it's like, oh, Will and Jada. Jada's sort of like an actress. Oh, I guess. Oh, yeah, I guess she was in that. Oh, was she in that? Oh, I've never seen that. But I hear it's good. And then you find, Tupac. I don't care about Jada. I know Will Smith. I like Will Smith. Will Smith has always been dope. Tall, fucking handsome, charismatic in a bunch of movies. I Am Legend, Ali. Hitch was a dope fucking movie. Hancock, fucking classic. And like a bunch of other ones that like Men in Black, fucking Bad Boy. Like Will Smith is it's Will Smith. And his name it's like John Smith. It's like a generic name, so it's like cool. So I knew about Jada. It's like, oh, that's just Jada Pinkett Smith. I'm like, okay, I guess that's Will Smith. Well, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, that's cool. Oh, she's an actress. Yeah. And then she's like, we had an entanglement. I did it I wanted to make you feel good. Shut the fuck up, you bold woman.
You bald-headed demon.
She could be cool. She could be like, hey, look, it's a bold woman. That's Will Smith's wife. She's bold. That's fucking awesome. If Jada wasn't Jada, we would think that her boldness was like a creative choice. We're like, she chose to shave her head off. That's pretty cool from Will Smith's wife. But Jada is Jada. So, you fucking bold demon.
You bald-headed demon.
Look at you. No hair. It goes.
It's like, I did everything I was supposed to do. You get to have your dream. How come I'm not having mine? And that's because Will was doing what he wanted to do.
He was making himself happy.
He was making himself happy.
And he says that to you, doesn't he? He said he was making himself happy.
He was making himself.
Look at how strained. Look at how strained her face is. It's kind of like, look at that. Look at the neck part here. Her voice is strained. She's like, look at her eyes, the intensity of that. She's seething. She doesn't get. That's why I fucked around. Yeah, Will might have fucked around. Like, lady, Will is not out here embarrassing you. Not at all. Maybe up until the slap, He did absolutely nothing to you. Everybody cheats in Hollywood, I assume. If you're gonna break up, or Will doesn't want to break up. Why are you making this man look like a fucking cuck and a fucking idiot for even trying to make you happy? He was making himself happy. Oh my God, look at my neck straight. Look at that. Oh my God, I got that V thing on my neck when you like fucking God, you cocksuckers. Do you not understand? Jada always complains about Will trying to make. We'll try to make her happy like on her 40th birthday.
The turning point in our relationship for me happened when I turned 40. That's when I had a midlife crisis.
Yeah, your 40th birthday was my low point. The day after her 37th birthday, I hired a team to orchestrate her 40th birthday. I had hired a documentary team. I traced Mommy's family roots.
Her 40th birthday was going to be my thing. It was going to be a splash. It was going to be a splash. Mary J. Blige performed. I debuted the film, all of that. It was going to be the thing that lifted her out of this midlife crisis, and it was going to be my deepest, most beautiful proclamation of love, and we did it. And I found tapes of Jada's grandmother, and her grandmother had recorded these voice messages over the last 8 months of her life. Wow. And it was tapes that Jada had never heard. Wow. So Jada had to sit there and listen. I understand thoroughly now. At the time I didn't. But she's listening to these never before heard tapes of one of the dearest people she's ever known in her life in front of all of these people. So she's holding it together. She's getting it together. Then I have Mary J. Blige performing. The whole time I'm like, the little boy that wants mommy to say everything was wonderful, right? And she's having a really difficult emotional time.
She was like, it's my
right? And she's told me that the party was
the most ridiculous display of my ego. Crushed, right?
This nigga is jumping through hoops, just trying his darndest tootinest best, and she's just like, fuck you for even thinking that you could just spend $4 million and bring out the corpse of Amy Winehouse to sing Valerie for that 40th motherfucking birthday.
And he says that to you, doesn't he? He says, when you separate, he says,
I retire. I retire from trying to make you happy. I need you to go make yourself happy and just prove to me that it's even possible.
We ride together, we die together. Bad marriage for life. Do you think Will Smith in the 90s when he met Jada, do you think he wanted to be saying that about his wife with his wife 30 years from now? Bad. This nigga was like, it's like Charlie Kirk. Look at his wife.
Stop.
You know, he gets smirked, slimed. I don't want these kids or whatever.
Stop.
He gets, Israeli fucking projectile microphone into his neck because obviously Tyler Robinson is not. That's another. Let's not talk Jewish things.
Stop.
This is about Will.
That's it.
Yeah, and then now look at Erica Kirk.
Get on your feet!
A bunch of patsies, bro. Like, man, you could be so talented, but if you're idealistic in love as you are passionate about your fucking craft.
That's all I have to say.
Whatever it is that you do, engineer, doctor, whatever. If you're like, I'm just gonna be good at my job, and I am handsome, I am talented, I can fundraise, I can be in this, I can be in movies, I can get hundreds of thousands of college kids to show up to my events, I can help elect the president, I can do this. And then I'll find a beautiful wife, former Miss Arizona. And then we have kids. Oh, she's a Mossad agent. Oh, my fuck. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Stop.
Fuck, they got me. Oh, God. Same with Will. I am so tall. Fresh Prince. I rap. I do this. My nigga, huh? I got this woman who's not yet that bold, so I guess we're all good. And then it's like, bad marriage for life. Yeah, thanks, Will. I used to be inspired by you, but now you're saying shit like bad marriage for life. I'm like, no, that's not entirely what I want. Holy shit. Okay, comparing Erica Kirk to Jada is not fair. I would more compare Jada to Hillary Clinton. But except Will Smith does not have that killer instinct. And by killer instinct, I mean killer instinct. Obviously, like Bill Clinton has slimed some niggas.
I have just met with the White House staff to basically talk with them a little bit about the death of my friend of 42 years, Vince Foster.
And the more successful Will got, the more resentful Jada got. I think that's what happened.
So he comes to the table, and I try to just, and this is a really complex moment.
not that complex. You're a whore. The way she's talking right now, like Tom Brady's wife, I don't even know her name, really. I mean, I know Jada's an actress or whatever, I think. But like, I know she like fucked, Tom Brady's wife fucked like her personal trainer, and then she might have been pregnant. Maybe she had a child. I've never heard her voice, you know? I think I've seen interviews with them together, and I just never heard her voice. So yeah, you could have fucked them over, except why are you still talking? Because there's nothing interesting about you personally. Everybody wants to know about your husband because he is the man and he is better. You know, if you were Oprah's boyfriend, that fucking Stedman guy, is he even alive? Like, he must be like at least 80 by now. Nobody, like, yeah, who gives a fuck?
Really complex moment. We come to the table and he's kind of backtracking.
I wonder
and he's
why.
going through
Yeah, because obviously he didn't want to do
You're
it. Let me go on my whoring wife's podcast and let me let her explain to the billions of people who know me, you know, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Uganda, Nairobi, Angola, go to Windhoek, go to Joburg, Cape Town, Pretoria, Bloemfontein, go to Harare, go to Freetown in Sierra Leone, go to Cote d'Ivoire. Everybody knows Will Smith. Every single person. This woman, like, we all know Jada from being like that piece of shit woman wife who just wants to hurt her husband in every way. And then now you want him to do the famous red table where he knew he would look like a fool because he looked like a fool. All those memes of him like... And then she's like, we had an entanglement. And he's like, an entanglement? Why would he be late to that? Because he knew you were full of shit. He knew you were a piece of shit. And he knew you were always trying to hurt him. Because you have some weird fucking twisted thing in your cold satanic soul. You just refuse to love your husband. And you refuse to appreciate him. And you don't even like him. And you don't even respect him. And you resent the fact that other people like him. Other people respect him. Other people love him. Worldwide, billions and billions, at least 3 billion people know the name Will Smith. At least 500 million people know Jada Pinkett Smith, and they only know her for being a fucking cunt wife to Will Smith. You see what I mean? And she resents, fuck this nigga. This nigga can suck my dick. I don't have one though. I wish Tupac was here. Imagine the amount of times she said that to Will.
So I'm like, well, I'm going to have to speak my truth. So if I got to look like the adulterous wife,
The adulterous wife.
to make sure you're good, I'm going to do it. Wow. So
Listen to the cackling
and that
hyenas,
wasn't the
these
case.
dumb chicks that's in the.
Look at
in the
this woman
crowds.
right here. She's looking at her like, oh girl, you just said it. Oh, for my baby daddies need to hear this. I'm not worst on the American black woman accent. I ain't did nothing.
For him to be okay.
Oh God.
Now, also in that moment, two things. As I'm moving forward, I'm also moving backwards. Because of what I realized at that moment, I got in my martyrdom bag. I hadn't quite learned how to love myself and not leave Will on the side of the road.
This is.
She doesn't believe a word she's saying, but she's such a fucking asshole. Guys, like, I'm sorry, that part took me out. She called herself a martyr for bringing her husband onto her show to explain to the whole world how she fucked her son's best friend, who was like 22. And you know she sucked that nigga's dick, like, she just slurped it all up and like was probably talking mad shit about Will. Yeah, fuck me like Will never could. You know that sentence, like at least a variation of that sentence was uttered. This woman is the true definition of a cunt. That's what she is. Jada Pinkett Smith is a cunt. How can you? I don't even care if your husband abused you, beat you with a fucking steel pipe. Lady, don't talk. Don't fucking talk. Talk about the good times. Oh, when we got the steel pipe, he was quite nice. But 8 years late, you know, she called herself a fucking martyr. A martyr.
I got in my martyrdom bag. And what that is for me is I hadn't quite learned how to love myself and not leave Will on the side of the road.
This is so stupid.
And I hadn't learned how to love Will and not leave myself on the side of the road.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck. Shut the. What are you talking about?
I decided I'm going to love you, Will, and I'm going to leave myself at the side of the road. And I wouldn't have known
I'm glad I put my cap on.
that was an aspect that I needed to heal if it hadn't been for
This is insane.
my kids, my mother, my friends were so hurt that I had done that to myself.
To yourself.
Yeah, because
and
This is this is crazy.
ask you afterwards. Now, mind you, smart business.
Oh yeah, what's her business
They
strategy?
own their content.
Well, what's her
killed
business strategy?
Yeah.
Hey, let me find the biggest swinging dick in Hollywood with the Fresh Prince guy, marry him, humiliate him for 30 years, make some money off of him. Businesswoman. That's a modern businesswoman right there.
This is this is crazy.
Ask you afterwards. Now, mind you, smart businesswoman. They own their content. She could have killed it.
Yeah.
She could have said, "Oh, heck no."
But
this didn't work as planned.
Yeah.
And the reason that she didn't is for the first time within her life, she was beginning to gain notoriety for something outside of Will. So it was like a bloodlust there. There was no way she was not going to address it. She didn't owe any of this information to her audience. They know it was going to stoke the flame and the fire by addressing what at the time was just an allegation, just a rumor, but you confirmed it. And because of your bloodlust, you will now forever live in infamy. And I think rightfully so, because it went from that Will and that Jada love to the marquee example.
Who said that? When that real love, that Jada and Will love. Akash, another great example, recent. You like these. Oh, I'm gonna stop it right there. Oh, a bunch of single fucking baby mamas in the audience, kind of like, cap off. That shit was crazy. I don't even know what to say, man. Jada, why you do this to me? So that's Jada Pinkett Smith embarrassing Will again. You can't. There's not much. There's no to do in that point. You know, it's just like, hey man, Will, you made your bed. I guess now you gotta lie in it. We're done here.